can Real Madrid really win the UEFA Champions League 2026? The truth revealed, because this season has been one of the most unpredictable yet fascinating journeys for the Spanish Giants. And as we head deeper into the knockout stages, the question on every football fan's mind is whether Real Madrid still have what it takes to conquer Europe once again and lift another Champions League trophy. And to answer that, we need to break down everything from their current form, their recent performances, their upcoming fixtures, and the path that stands between them and the final in Budapest, where the 2026 Champions League final is scheduled to take place at the iconic Puskás Arena on May 30th, 2026. And starting with their journey so far, Real Madrid have had a mixed but ultimately effective campaign in Europe this season, finishing outside the top 8 in the new league phase format, which forced them into a knockout playoff round where they faced Benfica, and despite suffering a shocking 4-2 defeat away from home, they showed their trademark resilience by bouncing back and winning the second leg 2-1 at the Santiago Bernabeu, securing a 3-1 aggregate victory and advancing to the round of 16, which once again proved that Real Madrid are a team built for big moments, especially in this competition, where history and mentality play a huge role. And that winning mentality was on full display when they went up against Manchester City in the round of 16, a matchup that has become a modern European classic. And according to the latest results, Real Madrid managed to secure a strong aggregate victory over Manchester City, including a crucial away win, which shows their ability to perform under pressure against one of the strongest teams in the world. And now, looking ahead to what comes next, Real Madrid are set to face Bayern Munich in the Champions League quarterfinals, which is another massive test, as confirmed by UEFA, with this tie being one of the standout clashes of the round. And if they manage to get past Bayern, their potential path to the final could include facing other European giants like Paris Saint-Germain or Liverpool, making their road to the trophy extremely challenging, but not impossible, especially for a club with their pedigree and experience in the competition. And when we talk about their current form, Real Madrid have shown signs of both strength and inconsistency this season in La Liga. They have had a demanding schedule, juggling domestic and European competitions, and their March fixtures alone included key matches against Elche, Manchester City, and Atletico Madrid within a short span of time, which highlights how intense their calendar has been. And this kind of schedule can have a huge impact on player fitness, squad rotation, and overall performance. But despite that, Real Madrid have managed to stay competitive and continue fighting on multiple fronts. And one of the biggest positives for them this season has been their attacking power, with Kylian Mbappe emerging as a key player and currently being one of the top scorers in the Champions League campaign, which adds a major threat to their attack, while players like Vinicius Jr. have continued to deliver in crucial moments, including scoring decisive goals in knockout matches. And this combination of individual brilliance and collective experience is what makes Real Madrid such a dangerous team in Europe. And now if we look at their upcoming matches beyond the Champions League, their domestic schedule remains intense, with important La Liga fixtures coming up against teams like Mallorca, Girona, Alaves, Real Betis, Espanyol, Barcelona, Real Oviedo, and Sevilla, which means that squad rotation and maintaining momentum will be absolutely crucial for their success, because any slip in form or injuries to key players could significantly affect their chances in both competitions. And speaking of injuries and squad depth, there have already been concerns this season, with some key players missing important matches, including big names like Mbappe and Jude Bellingham at certain points, which shows that Real Madrid have had to rely on their squad depth and younger players stepping up in crucial situations. And this is where their depth becomes a key factor, because in a competition like the Champions League, you need not just a strong starting 11, but also a reliable bench that can deliver when needed. And Real Madrid historically have had that ability to find solutions even in difficult situations. And another important aspect to consider is their tactical flexibility and experience under pressure, which has always been one of their biggest strengths. Whether they dominate possession or play on the counterattack, Real Madrid have shown that they can adapt to different opponents and different match situations. And this adaptability will be crucial, especially against a team like Bayern Munich, who are known for their attacking strength and high-intensity style of play. And when you combine that with the mental strength that Real Madrid players have developed over years of playing in high-pressure Champions League matches, it becomes clear why they're always considered one of the favorites, regardless of their domestic form. And speaking of mentality, this is something that cannot be measured by statistics alone. Real Madrid have built a legacy in the Champions League that gives them a psychological advantage over many teams. And even when they're not at their best, they find ways to win, which is something we have seen time and time again in recent years. And this season is no different, because despite facing setbacks and tough opponents, they have managed to keep progressing and stay in contention for the title. And now if we analyze their chances realistically, we have to consider both the positives and the challenges. On one hand, they have world-class players, a proven track record in the competition, and the ability to perform in big games. But on the other hand, they face extremely tough competition from other top European clubs, and their path to the final is far from easy, especially with teams like Bayern Munich, Paris Saint-Germain, Liverpool, and others also fighting for the same trophy. And consistency will be key, because in knockout football, even a single mistake can cost you everything. And this is where Real Madrid will need to be at their absolute best in both legs of every tie, and avoid the kind of defensive lapses that have troubled them at times this season. And another factor that could play a role is their away-from-home performance, because in the Champions League knockout stages, away goals and away performances can often decide the outcome of a tie, and Real Madrid have shown that they can win away from home, but they will need to maintain that level against even stronger opponents as the competition progresses. And if they can do that, then they have a very real chance of reaching the final and possibly winning the trophy. But it will require near-perfect performances, strong squad management, and a bit of luck, which is always an important factor in football. And now coming back to the main question, can Real Madrid really win the UEFA Champions League 2026? The honest answer is yes, they absolutely can, but it will not be easy, and they are not the clear favorites, but they are definitely among the top contenders. And if history has taught us anything, it's that you can never count out Real Madrid in the Champions League, because they have a unique ability to rise to the occasion and deliver when it matters most. And now as we move closer to the quarterfinals and beyond, all eyes will be on them to see if they can once again prove why they are considered the kings of Europe, and whether they can turn this challenging season into another historic triumph and lift another Champions League trophy in 2026.